Okay, so I want to start off by watching this video together because, oh my god, it is so bad.
Crazy driver needs to be stopped. Let's see.
Shit. No, this is literally an answer.
This is the calmest part of the video.
Yeah.
Please trust me when I say reach.
Car?
Good lord, look at this about to blow up. Oh my god!
She just goes straight through this gas station wall. And that's another camera angle of this van going through a store.
Oh my god! And I like the little stickers of the fucking. What is
Yeah,
it?
the family sticker.
They got 3 kids and a
and then
dog.
look who gets out of the car.
No wonder.
Look at her face.
How do you not realize what you did? She's like 10. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that is
Yeah.
horrible. Oh my god.
So, I watched that. I showed that to everyone at work.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god. Like, and that was a BMW too.
So it was a nice ass car and everything.
Yeah. Oh my god, that mother's going to kill her.
And she was dumbfounded. It's like, how do you not realize what you've done? Like all the fucking
I think she did. You see
all
how
all the bumps that she was hitting, like the other car that she smashed into. How did she not realize that she went through an entire store? Like when she got out, she was like, "Huh?" Like, how do you not realize what you've done?
But then, so the whole thing too, I read the comments, was her mom sent her out to try to figure out why the alarm was going off.
Yeah.
And she just got in the car, started backing up, hit a BMW, went right through the gas station wall.
She's like, dude, I just said you could see when the alarm's going off. You took the whole thing down. Took the whole fucking store down.
And that's what happens when you send your daughter to figure out a problem with the car.
I fucking guess. No, it's like the time when the fucking the old man drove almost through.
Oh
Casey.
my god, it worked.
He ended up hitting the wall and then all the fucking beer fell over. I was like,
Oh my god.
This is gonna take forever. Imagine them. They had to go. That girl went through the entire wall. So now
There's got to be some sort of like, is that like child neglect or something? Like
probably letting your child go in
drive
your car with
a
the
car?
keys. Yeah. Like, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, I was sent in the car as a kid, like to go get stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot the wallet. Go get the wallet real quick at Walmart. You know,
Yeah.
when you forget something.
I forgot a bag or something.
I didn't never try to drive the car.
like, oh, go shut off the car. Like, go shut off the car lights. You know. Like, yeah. Let me just put it in reverse.
Like, and the
She
car
knows what
alarm
she's
was
doing.
going off.
Yeah.
But isn't there a button? You can just press to turn the car
At
alarm
least like
off.
fucking unlock the car or something. Like, how did she not manage to shut it off? She ended up driving the car.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make no sense.
I just could not understand that. And I was just like, oh my god,
no
just
fucking way.
blew through.
Yeah. Well, that also makes me think of so I don't know if it was a dream or if it was real life. Well, because so there was this one time, I think it might have been a dream because I don't remember how it ended. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I think I was dreaming. I remember there was this one hill that we used to go to. I think it was like to my aunt's house or something. And it was nighttime and the street lights were on and stuff. And I remember being in the back seat of the car. And this was, mind you, I was young at this time. And I
Yeah.
still remember this dream. I think it might be recurring. But anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was in the back seat of the car, I remember. And the street light was shining through the front window and nobody was in the front. And I remember like getting out of my seat, going up to the front through the middle part, undoing the handbrake, turning the car on, and rolling down the hill. Like, I was like rolling down the hill because I was standing up and like I had my hands on the wheel. And I remember rolling down the hill and I don't remember how I stopped. I don't remember if my mom jumped in and helped me or like pressed the brake or something. Because I don't remember ever like doing that unless I like actually died. And this
Brandon,
is,
what
like,
the fuck are you doing?
like unless I'm like dead and this is like the afterlife or something. I'm just reliving it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't remember ever stopping. That's all I can think about. That's the only time I ever really like drove the car when I wasn't supposed to, you know?
Yeah. When I was younger, I guess my grandpa let me drive the truck. I was like 6, but I rode in his lap, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like we're outside of city limits. No one gives a shit. But yeah, I used to drive the truck around this little oval by my house, and that was it. He would press the gas, he would press the brakes. So, but then back to your dream, like, Was that like a nightmare? Was that supposed to be a bad thing?
I don't
or-
know, because I feel like whenever I dreamt it, I feel like I woke up right away. Because you know how you get those falling dreams. I feel like that was one of them. Like I was just
You didn't
going
wanna
down the
be
hill
in it?
really fucking fast, and then I was just like, wake up breathing or something. But it felt so real. Like I feel like I remember touching everything. Like there, there's like those little cigarette burners. And
Yeah,
stuff
like
in
hyper
the car.
realistic stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like I remember like messing with shit up there, and then like putting it in neutral for some reason. I don't know, but I feel like I was too young to know what that meant. So maybe it is, like I said, a recurring dream. Like maybe I got older and I'm like, oh, I put it in neutral. That's
So
why I went
weird
down the hill,
that your brain as a child was like, I'm gonna remember this stuff.
I'm gonna remember this. Yeah, like it's so fucking weird. I think the first time. So not just that, I know that was a time I wasn't supposed to, but the first time I ever like actually drove a car, I also wasn't technically supposed to because I was like 12, but and we lived in this small town. It was called Nahaka, and it is literally a village in Nebraska. It is not. It's like fucking.
village.
It's like five. I'm not even joking. It's like 5 blocks long, 5 blocks wide. But I remember driving my mom's red car, and she let me take it around the block. I remember going down there, and I thought I was doing super fucking good. Like I remember I used to play racing games and shit, so I was like, "Oh, we're just pressing the brake a little bit," you know.
Yep.
I remember being a little bit juddery, like coming to the stop signs. I didn't know how hard to press the brakes and
So you
stuff.
just slammed it.
So I was like, I'd slam on it a couple times, whatever. Well, anyways, I'd get back home and like, I don't know if it was around the same time, but I remember my mom let my brother do it. My brother Logan. Mm-hmm. And she took him out and she came home and she was like, "Oh my God, Logan is such a good driver compared to
You're
you."
like, what the fuck, Mom?
I'm like, no, he's fucking not. Let me fucking do it again. She's like, no, you don't need to do it again. It's fine. She's like, she would always talk about that shit too. She'd be like, Brandon used to almost like hit curbs and stuff. I remember Logan, when he first drove, he would go to the stop sign, slightly stop, and then turn left. Like bro, I was not doing that bad. You over exaggerate the shit out of things. Like I know I was good, and I was so mad. It was always like a competition between me and him. I don't know why.
Yep. Me and my brothers were like that. Like when I was younger, I had to wait. All my friends in high school were playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
All of them. From like 2013 when it came out. We were 13 years old.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I had to wait till I was like 15. Yeah. And that was me fighting with my mom for like a year and a half. Like, hey, all my friends are playing this. Like, I want to play it with my friends.
I want to turn.
You can play Call of Duty. You can play Destiny. No, you can't play GTA 5.
Because of boobies.
What? And then,
boobies.
so finally, my mom's like, "Fine, you can play it." I come in like maybe 2 or 3 days later, and I see my little brother. We are 9 years apart. So when I was 15, he was math 5, right?
Somewhere around there, 5, 6, whatever,
And he's playing GTA 5. I'm like, "Mom, he's playing GTA 5." She's like, "Yeah, and?" I'm like, "Didn't I just have to wait like a year and a half?" She's like, "Do you want to stop being able to play GTA 5? Do you want me to take away your PlayStation?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "All right then."
All right,
"What the hell,
Leave it
Mom?"
alone. I feel like that happens. That's like a real thing. Once they get over the first one, like they're so strict with the first kid and shit, and then everybody gets away with everything else the rest of the time.
Not even a week later, I'm like, "Mom, he's playing GTA 5."
Like,
and
like
then,
you mother.
like, fast forward, like, I don't know, like, he was, 5? Fast forward 10 years, almost. 9 years. And my mom's like, "Your brother's going to be out there. He's going to be waiting for a package." I'm like, "Okay." So we come home from work, and he's still sitting there. And I was like, "What are you waiting for? Like, it's 8 o'clock. There's no way."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm waiting for my phone." I'm like, "What phone?" He's like, "My iPhone." And I'm like,
Hold on,
"You're
wait a
14. I was 16 and I had to work to get my phone, and it was a shitty little 5S when everyone else had the 6, the 6 Plus, the 6S Plus."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What iPhone are you getting?" He's like, "The 14 Pro Max." Like, motherfucker.
No fucking way.
I only have a 13 Pro Max, and I fucking paid for it. I'm still making payments on it.
On the bridge, yeah.
And I was like, "And who's paying for the service?" He's like, Mom.
No fucking way.
I call Mom right away, and I'm just like, so, here, Gavin's getting a 14 Pro Max. She's like, I know, times have changed. And I'm like, so, how much is the service per month? She's like, $75. And I'm like, didn't I have to get, like, the cheapest plan that I could get? She's like, I know, times have changed.
She did the same thing over. Times have changed, honey. You don't understand. You gotta keep up.
Oh, my God.
The future's now, old man. No, dude.
Oh, I was so mad. I'm like, you owe me a brand new iPhone.
For real. You better be buying me this shit. You better be in the store right
You
now.
owe me back cell phone payments from when I was 16.
I started doing fucking... Dude, if I had to do calculations for the amount of stuff... Actually, no. To be fair, so I was thinking, I was like, the amount of fucking times that, like, you know, I'd have to... I'd have my mom pay me back or something or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, like, no, she took care of my ass. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, I could never
Can't
ask
say
her.
nothing.
Yeah. I could never ask her for money. Fuck, dude. Like, that's just, like... So, for, like, the whole thing... That's the whole reason... So, I feel like the whole reason I started working so young is because of that. Is because, like... I got so tired of, you know, like...
Her taking care of you and paying for your shit?
Yeah, not just that. Like, her taking care of me. She didn't want me to have a job. Like, I could have gone till I was, like, fucking 20-something without having a job. I started when I was 16. I got my first job. And it was literally just because I was tired of asking her for money. I didn't want her to have to pay for anything. And I told her, when I get this job, I don't want you to have to fucking pay for shit. I don't want you to pay for anything. I'm tired of coming to you to get money for bowling and snacks and all that shit. Like, I want to do this shit on my own. And I feel like, I don't know how to say it to them, but I feel like my siblings almost take advantage of it. Yeah. And it's like, dude, I moved out when I was fucking 18. I didn't want her to have to pay for anything for me, like no food, nothing, you know. Yeah. And then I didn't go to college because I didn't want her to have to pay for it, or like, you know, like I'd have to do college and job and all that shit.
Yeah, trust me, you dodged a bullet on college.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. And then it's just like, now my brother wanted to go to college, and they're like, oh yeah, sign him up. I'm like, bro, how could you do that to mom and dad, you know? Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, if you can't qualify for your own loans, you pretty much have to default, like, having your parents sign and be co-signers of most of your loans, because...
Oh.
Because,
my fucking controller, man.
But, you have to have your parents be the co-signers, because if you can't pay your loans, they have to default to somebody.
Yeah, it has to go. It has to go somewhere.
Then your parents are gonna have to pay the loan.
Yeah.
But my mom was a different story. When I turned 16, my mom said, "You're working at Pizza Hut." I was like, "I want to go to like Walmart. Like, why can't I go to Walmart or something?"
Walmart.
And she's like, "No, you're going to Pizza Hut because I know you can get the job there because my boyfriend works there."
Well,
like, okay. And I thought for like a small period of time, I was like, maybe I get to work with him. Maybe it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
No, I never worked the same shift as him, like ever.
Yeah.
I had to call them whenever I was off to come and pick me up.
Oh, God.
And those paychecks that, you know, I was like, yes, I finally get my own money. They were like, they took it, and I rarely, like, I got to look at the amount, but I never knew what any of it went to. They were like, we're putting this away. Here's like, what do you want? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want? Like, it's
what? It's my money. Let me have I want my money.
They're like, well, what do you want to do? What do you need it for? I'm like, I don't need it. And you're like, okay, then you don't need it.
This ain't no fucking J.G. Wentworth. Like,
but like, I remember it got so bad. I was like, you know, homecoming was like, what was it? It was expensive for me. It was like $40-$50.
Yeah, fuck, dude. The tickets were insane. I feel like schools do that all the time, though.
Yeah, and then I think it was either, I don't know if it was homecoming or prom, but I remember asking, I was like, can I get like $60? And she's like, what the hell you need $60 for? I'm like, the tickets are like $40 and $20 is just to eat something.
My money, please.
Like, why am I begging for my money?
Yeah, for real.
It's for a school function. Like,
it's so bad. It ain't even for my fun. Like, come on, man.
And then we would get into like super like small arguments about money, and it was just like, well, why do I have to fight
for my money? It should be in my pocket.
And then I would be like, okay, well, I got the money, and then It's just simple stuff like that. Like, I didn't. Then one time she was like, "Well, do you want to go to Walmart?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I want to stay here now. Like, I've been here for a year and a half now."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, apply to Walmart." I'm like, "No, I don't want to. Like, I want to stay where I'm at. I like where I'm at." And oh my gosh, it was like I was making $9 an hour at Pizza Hut, which is like Nebraska minimum.
Yeah.
But Walmart at the time was like 11, which was like a lot.
Yeah, at the time.
But now like minimum is like 18. I'm like,
18.
damn, I wish I would have been working at Walmart since then.
Raise my ass.
But then there was this kid, I won't say his name, but just he was like in our friend group and he kind of got the butt of the joke, and he his name, we would just say his name in the friend group to everyone else, and everyone else would just start laughing. Like, everyone had their name. Like, I can't remember what mine was. My friend, I'm also not going to say his name, but his nickname was PB for Pillow Biter. He would get so pissed off. And then
PB?
Another one was Freg Leg. That one made no sense, but he got so mad. I can't even remember what mine was. It was probably just some racial slur.
Jesus Christ. This is something like the worst fucking stupid shit.
But, and this guy, we would just call everyone else in the friend group this guy's name. And it was so funny. But
Just
then
make them mad.
my mom made me fill out this application, and I put this guy's name on there instead of my own name. And because her friend worked at Walmart and was going to try to help me get a job there, but I really didn't want to do it. So I put a fake name on the application.
Fake ass.
And then, like, a couple weeks go by, and her friend is like, "Yeah, I haven't seen any applications for Devin." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "I've been looking, like, I don't see them. They aren't popping up." And then they did, like, a process of elimination and figured out this friend's name. And then they're like, my mom, because she knows I call my best friend that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I recognize that last name." Like, motherfucker.
Damn it.
Should have put a different last name.
Put like fucking co-pilot or some shit like...
No. But she's like, "Well, guess what? You're grounded."
God.
It was like, damn it.
Motherfucker.
Do I have to work at the job? We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later. Well, fuck, I guess it didn't work out, so...
Yeah, that was good. My mom. My mom was like, "I want you to work where I want you to work."
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I was pretty good about my stuff. I mean, with the whole job thing, I feel like I've been a pretty good worker for a while. Like, I stayed at one job for fucking, like, I was at the gas station BP for, like, 3 years. Like, I think it's mainly because I have a hard time, like, not only, like...
Leaving,
yeah, because I'm, like, I feel so bad for people, because I'm, like, I'm sitting here and I'm, like... The whole reason I didn't want to leave there was because I was like, I knew the manager, like...
The people.
The people. It's pretty much the people. I was like, dude, if I fucking leave, this place is going to shit. It's not even like a fucking... I'm not even, like...
You need
not being humble, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, like, I just know, like, if I left, she has no one. You know what I'm saying? It would have been so bad. And, like, the whole thing that was holding me back, you know? I was like, the whole reason I never left there, like, they could be shitty sometimes. And I was like, dude, I'm going to quit. I swear to God, I'm going to quit. But then I would think, I'm like, I would make her upset. And I don't like hurting people.
There's always that one person where it's like, I don't want to leave this person here. Like, if they left, like, that's literally my job right now with you. Like, if you left, there's really nothing holding me.
Like, just haul ass.
But, like, for pizza, I worked there for, from June of 16 to August of 18 when I was going to go to college. Yeah. I'd been there over 2 years, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 and some change.
Tools.
And I asked my boss before I went to college, I was like, "Hey, I want to know if I can transfer up there." We figured it out. The Pizza up in Cedar Falls, where I went, it was owned by a different company, so I couldn't transfer. I had to reapply.
Yeah.
Which was fine. But I'm like, can I come back here, like, during the summer and work for you guys? Because that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And my manager at the time, she was like, yeah, you can come back. And we were on, like, cool terms. And then, like, I finished out my semester, my 2 semesters there. And then summer came. It was, like, May. And I was like, hey, I'm back. Can I come back on? They're like, no, we termed you. And I was like, what? But you said I could come back. And they're like, no, I'm sorry, you can't. You're in college. I'm
But
like,
you said.
But you said. But you said I could.
But you said I could, so
But then,
I have to.
yeah. And I'm just like, well, okay. Well, I was loyal to this shitty ass job for what?
And now all of a sudden you just turn your back on me, and now I'm nothing, like some piece of trash.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, where the hell am I gonna go? And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could. I think the first place I applied to was Subway.
I think everybody and their mom has worked at a Subway. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm like, I don't want to work no damn Subway. My mom was like, no frills. Like, before that was...
no frills.
You remember No Frills? It's like a relic of the past now.
Dude, yeah, I know. And they fucking... I've remembered them. I always heard stories of them finding fucking, like, dead
The
bodies
dead
in
body,
freezers
yeah,
and
that's
shit.
the
And I'm like, what
only
the
way
fuck
you
is
know
up
what
with...
fucking No
Fuck
Frills
No Frills.
is.
We used to shop there. I'd hate that shit. Remember
It smelled.
It smelled. I was probably because of the fucking dead bodies. Like, rotting flesh, you know?
But then I applied to be like a driver because I was like, when I went to the one Pizza Hut in Cedar Falls, they said, we don't need a cook, we need a driver. Yeah. I'm like, I want to stay with the company, so I guess I'll be a driver. And I loved it. I made server wage, which was shit, but
It's fucking dog shit.
like, guess what? I could drive and go places on my break. I could, like, all right, I'm taking a delivery, guys. And I take the delivery, and it takes me like 10 minutes. Well, guess what? For another 10 minutes, I was like, I'm going to go get some ice cream from what's that one place in Des Moines? Cold Stone. They had one there.
I actually want to go try that. I heard it's pretty good.
It is. It's very good.
Delicious.
I got sick of it really quickly because it was only like 5 minutes away from campus, and it was like 2 minutes away from my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Excuse me.
and I was like, fine, I guess I'll just look up some delivery options here. And then I remember I applied to a bunch of different places. Applied to Walgreens, No Frills, Subway, and then I applied to Burger King.
Burger King.
Yeah, dude, Burger King.
Burger King food, man.
And then I got an interview at Burger King.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'm working at fucking Burger King.
Burger King.
And then I did the interview. I went home. They're like, can you start in like 2 days? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can start in 2 days. And they're like, don't tell anyone. But like, since you're going to college, we're going to pay you like 50 cents more. And that's more than they're making right now. I'm like, what? That's it? No qualification? Just 50 extra cents? Okay.
Throw me in for 50 extra cents. I got you, partner.
And it was, they were going to offer me $10.50. I'm like, that's not bad, honestly.
For the time, yeah.
Yeah, it was $1.50 more than I was making at pizza. And, oh, jeez, it was like $6 more than server wage. So.
Yeah. Server wage is crazy.
Yes, it is. And then that day, I get a call from my first store manager at the gas station, Robert, and he's like, yeah, we need you to be a driver. And I'm like, okay, I just accepted like a position at Burger King. Like, how much are you? He's like, $12. I'm like, deal.
You have struck gold, sir.
And I'm like, I was like, hold on. How much do you make on the road? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like,
What are you talking
at
about?
Pizza Hut, you made server wage on the road. He's like, no, you make 12 flat. I'm like, what?
Oh, you made fucking better.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm
Here
like,
we go.
he's like, when can I start? I was like, when can I start? He's like, you can start in like a week. I'm like, sweet. I call Burger King back so fucking fast. I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming and do that
Hey,
shit.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Fuck you.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm
I'm head
baby.
out.
I'm head out.
But then that was probably the best period of me working was when I was a delivery driver at Casey's, because it was the same thing. I was not only was I making a flat rate, not doing server wage, but I got tips, and it's in a decent neighborhood, like most of the places except for Sherwood Apartments. But
Don't let me shout them out. But,
but most of them would tip like average like $3, and that's like $15 an hour.
oh yeah.
Which, yeah, and that's like one delivery. That's if I only get one delivery per hour.
Yeah.
because I made $2 from just going there, from doing a delivery, and then $3 was the average tip. So really, it was closer to 17. And oh my god,
And it's crazy to think about it like that because it's like, so like whenever I was doing job hunting, you see all these fucking driver things, and it's like up to $25 an hour, and I'm sitting here like, holy fucking shit, like really, like. So I'd apply immediately, and then I'd call them. I'm like, hey, like I put an application, and I was like, is it really 22 something an hour?
They're like, no.
Like, no, not even. They're like, not even
Not
close.
even close.
Bro, you get like 12 something, and then you get tips or whatever. I'm like, boop. I'm gonna go somewhere.
You're not gonna
else.
scam me with
You gotta
that shit.
scam me with that shit. You can't just put 22 an hour on that bitch.
But like, DoorDash came and like DoorDash really fucked up a lot of delivery prices because it's like DoorDash. It's not like there's not an incentive to give like a cash tip at all anymore. It's like, or pay with cash even. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't think you can pay with cash on DoorDash. So it's like,
Yeah, true. No, you can't.
but how many times you get a tip from like, oh, it's 15th, I only got a 20, and they just be like, keep the change. You can't do that with DoorDash. They've already paid for it. They're gonna be like, I'm not gonna pay you fucking shit. I don't have to.
Because now like when you do DoorDash and shit, they have they automatically put it at like $2 or $3 or some shit.
And that shit, I hate that shit. That's sneaky.
like a motherfucker, I'm a 25 cent. No,
Dude, I am next door. You are gonna get $1.
for real. But like I remember I did DoorDash not for too long. It was literally like a week or something. I remember freaking out about it because I was like, do I have to put this shit on my taxes? I made money. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
there's some sort of
yeah, some stupid thing I talked about, and they're like, no, you're fine. Like, whatever. Well, anyways, like sometimes I would be like, why the fuck would anybody pick this order up? It's like $1 fucking tip, and then
they
I
don't.
get there, and well,
It's
yeah,
fucking
some people
cold.
don't, and then they give me a cash tip in person. They would just be like,
Oh.
here, take this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I fuck with you. You're like if anybody else would have seen this shit, they would have been like, no. But I was like, I need the fucking money. Let's go. Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
there were some of them when I was doing it. It was pointless. Like you would do because I would do the calculations because I'm like, is this beneficial? Like doing this because they took away the delivery position for DoorDash at Casey's.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this even beneficial to do? And I did up the math, and like 2 out of 3 times I was breaking even.
Yeah.
And there was one time I didn't break even. Like I spent more gas driving around because for some reason Council Bluffs is always like booked up. There's
Yeah.
never anything to do. And the one time I got one in Council Bluffs, it took me all the way to Carter Lake. It was like Great Walk by the U.S. Bank down there by Bayless,
Yeah.
all the way to Carter Lake.
It's like Jesus Christ.
And you
Like,
know how much I got? Like $4.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I'd be all the way across fucking town, it'd be like $2 tip. I'm like, this is not even fucking worth it, dude.
I was
I'm
like-
all the way down here. You know.
And then there was one time I was like, I haven't DoorDashed in like 3 months. Let me try getting on here. And they're like very busy in this one spot in Glenwood, right?
yeah.
And like Glenwood is like 20 minutes from my house, so I'm like, sure, I'll go to Glenwood.
Yeah.
Traffic ended up being like 25, 30 minutes to Glenwood.
Yeah.
And then it was like, go to Dollar General. And then I realized I'm doing a fucking grocery order. I'm not just picking up some McDonald's and taking it. I'm doing a whole
I have to
grocery
go
order.
shop for these motherfuckers.
And then, like, of course, half the shit they want is not there. So then I have to be like, not available, not available. And then after the third not available, it's like, sorry, you can't hit not available again until you contact the customer. And I'm like, sorry, your 4 candles aren't in stock. What do you want me to do? And she's like, oh, what are the flavors? I'm like,
flavors.
I don't know. And she's like, can you take pictures? I'm like, motherfucker, I don't want to take pictures of fucking candles.
Can you just like taste them or something?
Then I'm just like, I have to take a picture of like 6 pictures because it's a giant candle shelf.
Yeah.
It's like, I want the summer breeze.
It's
You
like
can
she's a-
fuck right up.
you don't even know what the fuck it smells like. You're just looking at the names and you're like, okay, I want that one.
Then
Yeah,
I
no.
get there, and
fuck a summer breeze smell like.
I finally, it took like 45, 50 minutes in this small ass Dollar General in Glenwood. And then I get there, she's like, okay, thanks. I look at it, it's $3 fucking. I'm like, that's not even gas to fucking get to
The amount
Glenwood.
of shit I just went through.
And you know what? I checked the map. It said there's nothing, no available orders there. And it just said very busy. It was because no one took that Dollar General. It said very busy, and I got like a $3 bonus. But guess what? It was like $1 normally. That's why it was $3.
That's why it was 3 to begin.
The bonus was $3. Well, because no, it was fucking nothing to do it.
Oh my god, I would be so mad. I would knock on the door and be like, okay, yep, give me the groceries.
I really
Give it
felt
back.
like saying, is that it? Like, there's no tip? you made me go grocery shopping for 50 fucking minutes for you to give me $1. Are you fucking joking?
Out of this, she's like, "Oh, that's DoorDash's problem."
I already paid them for all the groceries.
Yeah, go ahead and contact them for me.
Fuck
Jesus
you.
Christ, fuck you. Contact customer support.
Oh my god, dude.
That's
and then I was like, yep, I'm fucking done.
Never fucking door dashing again.
It's just not worth it. Like, I did the math with the gas. Like, the first couple times, it was like, one time was $10 an hour. I'm like, I could work at fucking Pizza Hut and make the same, not doing shit. Right? And then the next time it was like $7.34. I'm like, that's barely above fucking minimum wage.
Yeah.
But there's already a fucking monopoly, too. Like,
Of what?
people who do DoorDash full time, they get the good ones. Because I remember, I was like, I'm just going to sit at Casey's, like at our work, and wait for pizza orders to come in.
Yeah.
No, they would schedule other ones from further away to come and get it. And they wouldn't assign any of them to me. And I'd go in and I'd look and like, this one's $10 tip. This one's like a $7 tip. This one's an $8 tip. Would never get assigned to me.
Yeah.
They would tell me to go to Hy-Vee and get groceries.
That's because they don't fucking want those. That's what I'm saying. I was like, well, because my whole thing is like, I don't DoorDash very much. Like, I do it sometimes. It's like, who the fuck is keeping these motherfuckers in business, for one?
Yeah.
And two, there's so many fucking dashers that it's like, how are you all making this your full-time job? Like, I understand council, like council
it's a monopoly, dude.
Sometimes, like, it's kind of big, but there's no way that many people are door dashing, right? Like,
No. Like,
it does not seem like enough to keep a living, you know?
and then, like,
With so much competition and shit. But
you know, I've ordered a couple times from work, and it's like, how many times? Like, there's been like one time where it was like Potawatomi plates.
Yeah.
Every single other time, it's like Wisconsin or fucking Arkansas.
Motherfuckers are coming
It's like
to
people not even from here are getting these orders.
before I am, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like there was one time where it was like he had like a foreign accent, and I'm like, I think I was at Alex's apartment, like one of his old apartments.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is before I started doing it myself, and I was like, are you from here? He's like, no, I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm just doing this for like, what?
Nova Hushka Washka? And Nova what?
And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I'm just visiting my girlfriend. I'm like,
Oh, just making some bread, I guess.
I guess.
Fucking do
Like,
what you can.
okay.
Grind. Grind, I guess.
Fast forward, you can't do shit in Council Bluffs.
Yeah, and you're the reason. That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
yeah, well, I think we'll wrap it up there. I think it's a good place to wrap it up, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good.
All right, well, thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. And, message our page or anything if you have any questions or anything like that, or how you can support us. And thanks for listening.
All right, guys. Peace.